guys, Miss Spitzer here. I'm going to take you through how to make a stencil for jewelry, for any really thing in ceramics. You could use a stencil on your throne projects. You could use a stencil really on anything. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is decide what you're actually going to make a stencil of. So I have this cute little giraffe guy, okay, and I need my stencil paper. Okay, it comes in a big roll. You're just going to cut a small area that will fit your stencil, and there's multi-levels to this paper, so you're going to peel off the top plasticky part, the clear part. Okay, comes apart here, and you're just going to throw this clear part away. It's trash. Okay? Then you just have this white piece. Okay, you can go ahead and tape that down to the table. And then you can take your stencil and go ahead and tape that down right on top of your stencil paper. Okay. Next, we're going to use our fun little hot X-Acto knife. Okay, you have to plug it in and you have to turn it on. Okay, so make sure that it's on and it's hot. Okay, this will burn you, so make sure your hands stay free and clear. Okay. And then you're going to just lightly trace your stencil with the hot X-Acto knife. And you don't even really have to push down because the heat from the X-Acto knife will cut right through both papers. Okay, so I use the hot X-Acto knife. I have a stencil here that I was working on before. I've cut out from this kind of intricate pattern. Now I have a stencil of it on my stencil paper that I used with the hot X-Acto knife. Okay, so I have my stencil. And I also have a slab that I'm going to use to show you how to transfer your stencil. Okay, this is just a bone dry slab that has a couple coats of white underglaze. Okay, you can stencil on any type of clay. It can be leather hard, it can be bone dry, it can be bisqueware, although it is much easier if you use bone dry or leather hard clay rather than the bisqueware. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to decide where you're going to put your stencil, kind of lay it on. Okay, this is kind of the difficult part because it doesn't want to lay like completely flat. So one thing you can do is just take some pins and on the corners just kind of lightly press in. This is where it's easier to do if it's on bone dry or leather hard clay, because obviously you're not going to be able to push pins into bisqueware. Okay? Even the bone dry clay is a little on the tough side. Just to give it, and yes, you are going to put little pinholes in it. That's something you can cover up. So now my stencil's kind of laying nice and flat. And I'm going to use a different color of underglaze. I'm going to use black. And I'm just going to paint on my stencil. I'm going to use my finger and kind of hold down areas where it might pop up. Okay, I'm just going to paint on all those areas inside my stencil. Okay, so I painted on all the areas around my stencil. I did one coat. You're going to want to do 3 because you're going to want it to have even coverage. Okay, so now I'm going to remove my stencil. First, remove the pins. Okay, and just slightly lift up your stencil. Okay, and you can see how it created. Okay, it's not perfect. Okay, you might need to go back and kind of clean up some lines a little bit. But the nice thing about stenciling is you can create sets. So if you wanted to put this image on all, say you were making mugs and you wanted this stencil to be on all of your mugs, it could be consistent through all of your mugs just by using this one stencil. Okay, so that's how stenciling works. Go ahead now and make a stencil, get some practice, and see how you like it.